minutes. No, it's okay.
I have already been introduced
Come.
as President of the Conservative Party.
Stand there.
I'm excited by the statement which has been given. But before I say anything, allow me to congratulate the two principal leaders here present for finding it appropriate to meet and say something collectively about the fate of our country, Uganda. President Museveni does not have an authority to dominate us. You have heard recently in South Africa, the President of South Africa issued a presidential directive. The presidential directive is supported by the Presidential Directive Act. In Uganda, someone who stands up, he declares curfew on a regular routine, stops public transport, private transport, closes all the schools, universities, and the religious institutions. That in a nutshell amounts to a state of emergency. President Museveni does not want to talk about a state of emergency because the framers of the 1995 Constitution envisaged a situation like that and put in place provisions like Article 110, Article 46, Article 47, Article 48 to make sure that much as there is a state of emergency, the fundamental rights of man and woman must be respected in continuity. We are in a difficult situation, and we call upon all the people of Uganda to rally together so that we fight a dictator of an omnipotent nature. You know very well that with reference to the Second World War, if the world had not taken action against Hitler, Hitler was going to finish off the entire world community. So we should not let Museveni dominate us as we look on. The time is now to act because under Article 1, under Article 2, under Article 3, we have the powers to own power and even command that power as the people of Uganda. This situation should not isolate anybody. I would like to thank those in government who have chosen to keep quiet so as not to baptize and embrace the dictator. The time is now for all the people of Uganda, including Parliament. Parliament is now silent. We are not blaming you in Parliament on the opposition side because we know you don't have space to talk anything. If I was in Parliament, following the bad passing of the age-limited amendment of the Constitution, where the President commanded a force of a military nature to disturb and disrupt everything, I would have moved a vote of no confidence in the Museveni government. The time is now to review that exercise. It is not late. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the man.
All right. I'll also mention that we were meant to join by Council Peter Walubiri from UPC. He got one or two challenges and he's not been able to come through, but he did send his apologies. Let's now invite POA, Honorable Patrick Oboy Amuriat, the FDC President, to speak to us in 2 minutes.
People's President, my brother, the leader of the People Power Pressure Group, political leaders, members of Parliament, all of you pro-change activists, my dear friends, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you warm greetings from the Forum for Democratic Change that I lead in this country and in the diaspora. Before I make my substantive remarks, I would like to congratulate everybody who has painstakingly put what we are celebrating today or ushering in today, make it a reality and something that we will offer to Ugandans as a vehicle for liberation. Congratulations. I know that there have been ups and downs in trying to put this together, but unity of this nature requires patience, it requires sacrifice. And so I want to thank the People's President and the leader of the People Power Movement for coming together, responding to a call by Ugandans who would like to see a united opposition in this liberation struggle to bring an end to the dictatorship that has been brought to us by Yoweri Museveni. We in the FDC have always believed in the nature of struggle that is going to continue today, because for the 15 years of our existence, we have been in this struggle. I know that at the beginning, we were misunderstood. Along the way, many people joined the struggle. And now, this is a new beginning for us all. And I believe that what we celebrate today brings hope to the people of Uganda. This is historic. But I think we have got to applaud all those who have made this happen. I would like to say at this point that COVID brings a golden opportunity to us all. Because through this COVID, the claws of the dictator have been exposed more than before. The theft that has happened, mismanagement that has happened, lack of respect of human rights that has happened, and now, using the money that has been stolen, the dictator wants to continue subduing the people of Uganda and marginalizing us politically. This will not be accepted. The election, the so-called scientific election, is one way in which the election of 2021 is being rigged. I want to say to those who have vested all their hopes in the election of 2021 that time is now for you to struggle, because it's not going to be a good result. If you hope that Mr. Museveni, using a scientific election, where you are not going to go to a podium to speak and you are restricted just to a television that you may not get to appear on, a radio station that you may never get to appear on, or even social media that is limited to just a few elites. You know, in my village, I probably am the only one who knows how to use WhatsApp. And so I want to tell you that the election of 2021 is already rigged. It is not an election. And as we have always said before, we go into election not to expect any result different from Mr. Museveni being announced. We go into election as fighters. We go into election as combatants. We go into election defiantly. And I want to make a call to all of those interested in contesting in the election of 2021, that time is now for us to bring down the dictatorship, so that we may enjoy our country, so that we may be able to have a credible, free and fair election. My call to all of us who unite today, a unity of purpose, is that we have got to be patient as we shoulder on. My call to you is that our struggle should be devoid of greed. There's really nothing to fight over now, my dear friends. After we have got there, that will be the time for us to share the animal. For now, it is foolhardy to begin to book the thigh of that animal, to begin to book the neck of that animal, or even the hide or liver, because, my dear friends, the animal is not yet down. It is still running. And so, I expect this unity to be full of sacrifice. By the way, taking on the dictator does not accommodate cowards. If you are somebody who fears and think you are just going to talk from the safety of your bedroom, you are just going to talk on WhatsApp and threaten on WhatsApp, you are in the wrong place, my friend. This place is for courageous people who are going to open their chests to the dictator and say, here we are, we have come for you. Here we are, we will face your guns. Here we are, we will face your cannons. That is the struggle that we in the FDC have engaged in. There has to be mutual respect. When I see forces of change fighting on social media to bring one down, I shudder. I feel very shy and disappointed. That is what we call negative energy. We need to deploy our energies where it matters, and our guns from today going forward should be directed towards the dictator. Thank you very much for your kind attention. God bless you all.
Thank you. Honorable Patrick Bobi Amuria, the FDC president. I like that he has said that we go into an election to fight. And we should get ready to fight, Ugandans. And that's why we kept telling them, get your national ID, check your votability, make sure you're in the voters register, get ready to fight. So that gets to happen. I'll just make this quick announcement. There's a car registration number UAR 155T. UAR 155T. I'm told your tires have been removed. Please run to your car, please. No, your car is safe. You are blocking you're blocking somebody who needs to get out urgently. So please kindly make the adjustment. UAR 155T. All right, we are running very close to the very end. We are going to invite Papa, Ambassador Chairman BW'AKEDDE to come and speak to us in 2 minutes as well. You're welcome, sir.
People's President, People Power President, Lord Mayor, the man, my President Amriat, and all the members of Parliament and other honorable members, ladies and gentlemen. You'll forgive me, I'm a little bit weak, partially because I lost a brother, Besigye. So I've been mourning, and I'm still mourning, but nevertheless it's gone. Munzikirize njogere mu Uganda. Lunaku lwa leero, lunaku lukulu nnyo. Ffe abavudde emabega nga tulwana, ndowooza n'envi muziraba. Okutuuka ku lunaku lwa leero, nina essanyu nnyo nnyini. Kino okubeerawo, tumaze kumpi mwaka mulamba nga twogera. Meeting zibaddewo people's government, people power, nga tugezaako okulaba nti tuleeta ekintu ekirungi eri bannayuganda. Abasinga babadde balowooza nti tetukwatagana, naye nga tuli manju eyo tufumba. Kansuubire nti binaavaamu bye tufumbye bijja kuba birungi. Bannayuganda tufa, tuggwaawo. Oyinza okuba nga tumanya afudde naye abantu bafa enjala, battibwa, basibibwa, tebannakutuukako ggwe n'ekitegeezi bajja kukola ki kutuukako. Twerwaneko, kuno kwerwanako ffenna kyekiseera ffenna okuvaayo ne tugamba nti kino kikome, kiyitiridde, kikome. Tubasaba mwenna programu zonna batuleese muveeyo n'amaanyi, kubanga bano baagala okulaba nti tulina abantu abatukirizaamu abasobola okujja ne balwanyisa. Bano banalaba nga tuvuddeyo ffenna bajja kudduka Museveni mutiitiizi. Yeeyo kimanyiizi ekubuulidde oli mutiitiizi, nalinyiza okuba omutiitiizi, naye ffenna bwe twegatta n'otegeera nti tukooye. Basaba mwenna bampuliriza, abooluganda, mwenna ebibiina byonna bibadde ebweru, mujje tukole. Nga tuziika Kasirye eggwanga nagamba ne baali ba general, nimbaga nti mwemufuga timutulimbalimba, mutulagaanya ono yekka gavumenti. Tewali gavumenti, mwe mukutte ekintu. Naye mbaga nti muveeyo namwe mutwegatteko tuleete change. Olwokuba mpadde obudakiika bubiri bokka, naye mbasaba bannange mwenna abatuwuliriza, abatulaba, ffe ekintu tukifumbye, tukireese, kansubire munaakirya.
Mwami Museveni yagambye nti kati awulira Uganda etandise omuwoomera. Kyatamanyi yali kasukaali kakyagulanye, kyagenda okutegeera nti sukaali atta. Awo wennyini Uganda wewoomera wagenda ogirekera, sukaali atta mumubuulire.
Naye tulaba agenda awewuka. So wetukutte bannaye tunyweze sukaali tutabulire ddala kanoge. I just want to emphasize one very important point. You know, as we made very clear indication, United Forces of Change. We're talking about Ugandans who are interested in change. And I'll mention a name that I mentioned again earlier. You know, yes, we have people from different parties. UPC was meant to join us. Councillor Walubiri got a challenge along the way. But I wanted this man to stand again. Honorable John Baptist Nambeshi from Manjia County. Kindly stand again. I'll tell you why I'm asking you to stand. This gentleman is a member of parliament on the NRM card and is a card-holding member of the NRM. But he says, I want change. I belong to the ruling party. However, I'm interested in a better Uganda. I'm interested in Uganda beyond Mr. Museveni. And so we salute you, sir. He's one of our coordinators in People Power. And there's many others like him. We salute you. Please, when you go back to the NRM caucus, keep telling them those things you've been telling them, that Ugandans are right for change. Thank you, sir. Let's appreciate that gentleman with the hand. All right, so we are beginning to wrap it up. And I'm going to invite a gentleman.
We have agreed that the person we are going to invite would hear the call clearly if it is made by me. As a clarification, we want you to know that we are here as a united voice for united action for a shared destiny. And because we are doing great things, many voices of our detractors will raise their voices to say that we are failing. I want to tell Ugandans that don't be discouraged. Because we are stronger now that we are together, our detractors will make a claim that we are weaker. Just ignore them. Because we shall win, our detractors will say we will not win. Just know that those are voices of arrogant failures. Smile at them. And with that assurance, I wish to take on this responsibility, and it is my honor and privilege to invite the principal of the People Power Movement, Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, to come and address this meeting.
Thank you very much, our dear MCs and spokespersons. See, I'm still a music person. And whenever so much speech is given without music, that spirit of music comes back to me. And because the idea today is the United Forces of Change, I would like to musicize it, if that word exists, for a bit, and say, United Forces of Change, the only way we will get a liberation. Again, United Forces of Change, the all of us must come together as one. One more, United Forces of Change, the only way we are going to get a liberation. Again, United Forces of Change, opposition must come together as one. Our people complaining night and day. They wonder why they continue to live this way. All we know that things can change someday, if we really want them to change anyway. Uganda, land of abundance, but Ugandans living in deficiency. Museveni wants like presidency, we must abandon that silly tendency. Uganda rich, but Ugandans poor, because the leader is drunk on power. He runs nation like family affair. The citizens suffer, but he don't care. Let's sing United Forces of Change. I like that. Let me also say this in respect to all the formations. And I'll say, whether you are JEMA, whether you are DP, whether you are NRM or you are FDC, whether you are CP, whether you BC, whether you are ANT, banegwanga bali malawo, abanyazingata abantu bali mukufa na njala, bwe twekata ne tugoba bana bajega tusobola okutasa eggwanga ensenga. Thank you very much. Dr. Besigye and the People's Government and all the composing formations of the People's Government, the leadership of the People Power Movement and all the composing formations of the People Power Movement. Fellow leaders, ladies and gentlemen, I am privileged to once again be alive when we take this monumental step. We come together as the United Forces of Change. But before anything, I want to salute our elders who saw the way, went that way, and showed us the way. In particular, I want to salute you, Dr. Besigye. I want to salute John Ken Lukyamuzi, the man. I want to salute the Lord Mayor. I want to salute Dr. Zebriga. I salute you, Mzee Billy, my neighbor, and all of you elders for the inspiration that you've given to us and many other Ugandans over the years. Like my brother Joel said, you inspired us to the level that we are on the front line together. So from me and from the People Power leadership, so you know, we respect you, we love you, and we hold you in very high regard. I want to thank the forces of change for seeing it necessary to unite. Friends, we must unite because that is the only option. We must work together for the betterment of our country. For the masses that have been calling upon our unification, yes, we've been working together, we've been talking like Mzee was saying, and this that we're doing today is yet another step into the right direction. To our supporters out there, we see the contradictions, we see the attacks and counter-attacks, and we want this to be a practical message to you out there, to know that we are not each other's enemies. We know our enemy, we know the enemy of Uganda, and that is Museveni and his regime of national shame. So the more we fight against each other, we are delaying the change that Ugandans so desperately want. We hope that this gesture will communicate to all of you friends who want change so badly, to know that this country is bigger than your principles, this country is bigger than you as a person, this country belongs to all of us, and yes, it can only change if we put all our noble efforts together. I want to briefly communicate to you friends that we as leaders can only see the way and show you the way, but it's very, very important that we work together. Today we are announcing these proposals, we are announcing these activities, but again it's going to take you friends out there, you the leaders that are leading besides us, ahead of us and behind us, to work together and make this happen. Because if we fail, then we shall be sentencing our people to a further, extended period of oppression. So I want to call upon all Ugandans not to sleep, not to sit. Speak out and speak loudly. This campaign is called No Nedda. Say no, and don't say no silently. In fact, don't say no only verbally. Say no in word and in action. This campaign is peaceful because we believe in peaceful means. It's non-violent, and yes, it is so simple that everybody and anybody can be part of it. Like our comrades have been saying it. Get your saucepan if you're hungry, or if you have a neighbor who is hungry, or if you feel oppressed, make some constructive noise. This is going to be necessary noise, ladies and gentlemen. Like we are saying, we are suggesting, but we know that a lot of creativity is going to come from the masses out there. Be creative, own this. This is yours, this is about you, friends. Make that noise with everything that you can use, whether it is a whistle, whether it is a metal gong, whether it is a bell, whether it is your saucepan or cup, whether it is your car in a taxi or boda hood. Make every and any possible necessary noise, ladies and gentlemen. We as leaders are leading the way, but we want to know that you're there. Every time I move, people meet me and they tell me they are with us. I'm sure they tell the same to my fellow leaders. But we want you to tell each other and tell the nation and tell those oppressors that you are there. Speak and you will be heard. Mogere mulirwe. Make your voice. When I was still singing, we would say, Jemulieyo, and people would say, Jetuli. So show us that you are there, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming together, and we are saying it can only succeed if we all work hand in hand, ladies and gentlemen. Like Malcolm X said, that strategies might differ, moves and tactics might differ, but the objective is the same. Our sole objective is the liberation of our country. Our sole objective is peace, is real freedom, is real liberty, and that we must get by any means necessary. For now, the means we choose are the peaceful means, are the non-violent means. Let's maximize them, because we know if we do what we must do, we shall win, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for God and my country. bino mbyogere mu Uganda. Basebo ne banyabo tuli basanyufu nnyo olunaku lwa leero. Ku lwange nja kusanyuka nnyo olw'okufuna omukisa guno nga tukyali balamu. Neno step ne tugitekinga. Step ey'okukwatagana ffenna abaagala enkyukakyuka mu ggwanga lyattu Uganda. Tulabe ng'ate tukolawo ekyenjawulo. So nja kussa ekitiibwa mu bakadde baffe abaatusookawo, Dr. Kiza Besigye, Mzee Birigwa, Lord Mayor Lukwago, mu Uganda waffe Asumani, John Ken Lukyamuzi the man, Dr. Zedriga n'abalala bangi nnyo. Mwatulaga ekkubo, mwatugula amaaso. Era olw'ebikolwa byammwe ebyo ebirungi bye mwakola naffe tuyimiridde olwaleero ku frontline okussa amaanyi gaffe ku gammwe tulabe nga tununula eggwanga lyaffe Uganda. Baganda baffe bangi babadde beebuuza lwaki tetukwatagana. Weewaawo ng'abakulembeze tubadde twogerezeganya era nga tumanyi tewali ngeri gye tusobola kutaasa ggwanga lyattu lino okuleka nga tukwataganye. Kya mukisa nti olwaleero tututte ekigere ekirala maaso okubalaga kye tulina okukola. Era tubasaba baganda baffe mwenna naddala abo abayanyanira enkyukakyuka ababadde balumbagana ku mikutu naddala egya social media, tusaba kana akabonero kabalage nti bannange buli omu ku mmwe si mulabe wa munne. Mulabe waffe tumumanyi yina kyemalira Yoweri Museveni ne gavumenti ye eyafuuka eyamusibira mu bbwa. Era twagala okubakakasa nti mwenna emmundu zammwe mwina zitunuuliza mulabe so si zitunuuliza buli omu munne. Era tusaba okutandika n'olwaleero tukana akabonero namwe mukalage nti mukkiriziganya nako era namwe temuyayanira basebo ne banna.